Of all the drill artists that I think would develop a signature sound to them, I did not expect it to be V9, but he really has started to do that. His delivery is quite unique with the kind of angry flow and aggressive staccato flow that he has quite a lot of the time. And Yudokuna really implements and sound in interesting ways a lot of the time, and his beat selection is great. V9, Yudokuna. So here we have the Homatin Sensei and Closet Otaku V9. The song that caught my attention from him was Japan, and I really was liking the kind of oriental influence sounds that he has in his beats, and those are the beats he kind of picks so quite a lot of the time and has picked a lot more recently, and it's kind of started to build a sound off that separates him from a lot of different drill artists, and I feel like on this tape he does that really well. If drill isn't quite your thing and you want to look into any of my other stuff in terms of reviews, like and subscribe and take a look at the playlist that's going to be popping up in a second of all the other reviews I've done on this channel. To move on to the album itself, the title is Yudokuna, which translates from Japanese roughly to translate to venomous, which because of the venomous bop, a dance that he does in a lot of his videos, that's why he's picked that name, and it makes a lot of sense. So I do like even the name. He's put quite a lot of thought into that in terms of establishing his own brand and his own style and personality as a drill rapper. The songs that kind of stood out to me are Right or Wrong, Gasoline, and OBT, which is the interlude, which I really feel like hones on that sound the best in terms of the kind of Japanese style influences within his music, especially with the instrumentation within these songs. And I think like his delivery and his bars especially come across the best in these songs as well. And I do like the features on some of these songs as well. The strings and the flutes from ES the producer on Right or Wrong, which is someone who actually recently just joined FF, by the way. I feel like that, along with the Japanese flutes underneath, it really comes strong with the Japanese vibes, and it feels like something out of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which I think is really, really cool. Up with KO for this, and KO delivers a great verse and is exactly what you'd expect for him as an artist that is very strong on the lyricist sides of things. There's some interesting punchlines of wordplay, and it's kind of what KO is known for. V9 is a pretty strong verse from his as well, and his kind of signature flow works really well here, and he does have some great quotables, and they're quite vulgar in terms of how these punchlines come across, but only V9 I feel could really pull these lines off like he does.
Get their hands on condoms. Strap up, rap man like a condom. I'm black that doing up Gotham. Bad B come this way and come swallow. He got you, but he can't swallow. Ouch. What sorrow, he got watch the rude way wobble. Pick him out just like Jenga. Who's that living well like a blender?
So OBT, made by Yoz Beats, which is I think the second half of the interlude, I really liked, and I feel like V9's flow comes across really well. The kind of Japanese flute music that's used in the melody, as well as the vocal loops that's alongside it as well. I really think it all comes together nicely. I don't necessarily think this is the strongest from him lyrically on his tape, and I feel like it kind of lacks in the area, but I do feel like this song does come together quite nicely.
Leaving wet like a Ford, you won't focus so that you got bored. I'm shaking my satin, I want my Zod, boy, slapping here, what's going on the floor? I'm running juice down like they stash my phone. Just chat, bit smoke, let me know. Juice down to the Ross, got bone.
Gasoline is actually one of my favourite songs on this tape, but it also has my biggest grievance on this tape. I do really like how it kind of starts, the flute music that kind of comes in with the melody and then the bass line kicking out. And then in terms of like the first verse, I feel that's really strong from V9.
Two hands up like Goku, reach my satin, pocket and show you. Leave my blind just like Tofu, ain't got no manners, I'm raw like Nobu. Trip up, I get hopeful, show my satin and blow you. You got racks in your wrist.
Billy Billions features on this, and I do feel like his melodic rapping really was good. I did like his vocal inflections, his vocal ability seems pretty good as well. In terms of vocal range, I don't feel like he's suffering in terms of struggling to hit notes cleanly and doesn't deliver them well. I do feel like his performance was pretty good. But I see how V9 is basically being intimidating half the fucking drill reactors, so they're all scared to give him negative reviews because, well, this happened on Drill 8 versus 8.
Listen, I haven't got to say who I am. Just walk for Homerton. Well, it's P for Levi and Walks, isn't it? Walks. I'll make sure you can't walk again, Ack. Levi, Tuna Rocky.
But you see, I live in Manchester, which is very far away for V9 to drive. So I feel very safe saying, hey, why the hell did you think singing on this song was a good idea? Why? I've listened, I've done an IG video on unnecessary singing. Go and watch it. But why sing? Why sing? Sure, it wasn't terrible, but it's just unnecessary. It's functional. I don't think he offers very much vocally in this sense on this song, and I feel like it fits, but he doesn't perform well enough for me to kind of say that, okay, fine, we'll let it slide. I feel like it's just, why? I just don't, it just wasn't needed. I feel like Billy Billions does a good job. It didn't need you to do that. But I do feel like some of the deliveries on some of the other tracks were a bit shaky. Although there are some songs where he really does hold his own in terms of the solos on this thing. So I'm talking songs like Budge and Budge Bannon. I feel like some of the lines were just a bit mediocre, and some of the verses in terms of lyrical quality just weren't as great as some of the other songs. I do feel like it kind of falls off in that way. And some of the other instrumentals, when he's not quite focused on the sound he's building for himself, some of the instrumentals are a bit weak for me. For example, Ambition, I feel like the beat on that one just doesn't really suit him. Like, he doesn't really get to do his thing in terms of the aggro flow that we've all known V9 for. And I just don't really feel like it fits with what he's trying to do here. There's some pretty cool features in this as well. Budge is a nice song, and I feel like CS has already shown he's comfortable on drill, especially on the Nothing Ain't Nice tape that I reviewed for CS, and I really did like him on drill specifically, and I feel like he's gotten very comfortable on drill now, which is why this verse was a pretty good verse from CS. Obviously the bonus track, Drip Drip, and that's the song that's already out as a single, him teaming up with Unknown T, that tune was always going to go well. Ghosty's got some of the best 808s in the game, V9 doing his thing, Unknown T doing his thing. It's just a good song all around, and I feel like the drill purists will love this song. So overall, I'm going to give this a C. I feel like V9, when he's focused on his sound and kind of that new kind of Japanese influences that he comes with his music, I think it's really cool. And I really do like when it does fit with his flow and V9 gets to do what he wants to do. But when he doesn't, and when he's not quite focused on the actual sound he's trying to create, and he picks beats that don't really quite suit him, and he doesn't really complement his flow and what he kind of wants to do, I don't really feel like those tracks were as good. And in terms of kind of concepts for the songs, it's really kind of the same song concepts throughout. So in terms of one song, in terms of the actual lyrics and the content, it's not going to differ very much from track to track. I feel like because of that, it struggled to kind of keep my interest throughout the entire thing from beginning to end. However, I did find myself enjoying quite a lot of it, hence why it's in my C category and solidly in my C category. So this is the end of the review. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you like any of the stuff I do on this channel. My Free Yourself from Suffering series has just started, and I felt like that was a pretty cool idea. Go and take a look at that as well. And also I'm going to be doing a lot more kind of reviews, kind of a bit more mainstream stuff, because there's quite a lot of that out. But I do feel there's, in the meantime, there's going to be a lot of stuff from artists that were on that original list that I said that I'm going to review, and a lot of those videos will be coming out later on. So please like and subscribe if any of that sounds good to you. Hope to see you in the next video. Peace.